In this video, we're gonna see how to build our own English dictionary using Python. We're gonna use the free API to build our English dictionary. So let us see the demo now. We consider this the demo of what we're gonna do. When we run the Python script, it will ask us to enter the word to get the meaning for. So let me type the word for. You consider it will give us the parts of speech as well as the multiple definitions for the word. You consider the parts of speech for hope is verb. This is a verb. And for the definitions, we got to be optimistic. We got multiple definitions. So let us see how to build this English dictionary using Python. Let's get started. So I have opened this empty Python script here, English dictionary.py. First, let's import the necessary libraries. We need a request. We're gonna give the request to the free API that I mentioned. So if the request is not available, just type the keep install request. This will install the request library for you. Once the requirement already satisfied. So let me close this and I'm gonna build a function now, English dictionary. So this will take a argument word. So we have to pass the word to this function and then the URL. So as I mentioned, we're gonna use the free API. So we have to send a get request to the URL. So URL equal to get the URL, just open your browser. So let me open up the browser and in the search bar just type dictionary API and click on the first result that says free dictionary API. We're gonna use this API now. We consider this the API URL. We have to send the get request to this URL. So we have to replace this with the word that we wanna get the meaning for. You consider they have give the sample output here. We will get the sample output in this format, but don't worry, we will format it. You consider we have the parts of speech. We also have the synonyms. We have lots of options here. So this is the URL. Let me copy this URL and paste the URL here. Let me paste the URL here. We're gonna use the string. So instead of this word, we're gonna use a placeholder now. So inside this placeholder, we're gonna pass the word that the user pass. Now we got the URL right. We can send a get request to it. So meaning or response equal to so request dot get. So we're gonna send the get request. We're gonna pass the URL. So request dot get. We're gonna pass the URL. So since we got the response, first we have to check if the status score of the response is 200. If it is not 200, that means we got no meaning for the word. So we're gonna print a message like no meaning found for the word that you mentioned. And once we got print the message, we can simply return now. So return this will stop the function. So but if the status code is 200, then we have the meaning. So once we got the data, we can actually convert it into a normal data. So data equal to response on JSON. This will give us the data into a JSON format. Now we got the data. So let me print the data now to see what the response we got. So let's define a word. So the word will be I'm gonna give perseverance. So let's type the word. So we're gonna pass this word to the function. So let's call the function now English dictionary. So we're gonna pass this word that we have defined here. And let me open up the terminal. So let me clear the screen and let's try to run this now. So let me pull this terminal so you can see it better. And let's try to run this Python script. You can see that we got this JSON format here, but this is not helpful for us to consider. It contains huge amount of data, but we are interested in this meanings key here. You consider here we have a meanings key. Inside this meanings key, we have the parts of speech as well as the definition. So we're gonna use this meanings key here. So inside the definition, we have the actual meaning. So we can extract that only. So let me clear this. So instead of printing it, we're gonna print a message first, meaning for the word. So we're gonna use a f string here, and I'm gonna use a placeholder. So this will be our word. Now we can look through this data because we are interested in this meanings key. Consider inside this meanings key, we have the definition as well as the parts of speech. So for meaning in data, so we're gonna select the zeroth index. So inside the zeroth index, we have the meanings key. So let's select the meanings key. Now we got the meaning right. What we can do is we can select the parts of speech. Parts of speech equal to meaning of. Consider here we have the parts of speech key. We can select the now. So let me copy this parts of key. Consider here we have the parts of speech key, and let me paste it here. This will give us the parts of speech. Then we can simply print the parts of speech. So print off. I'm gonna use a f string again, and I'm gonna begin with a new line. So parts of speech for the word. and I'm gonna use a placeholder again now. Let's pass the actual pass of speech. Now we got the pass of speech, right? Let's print the definitions now. To get the definitions, we have to look through it now. Let's look through the definition. So for definition in meanings, so inside this meaning we have the definition. So let me copy this key and paste it here. So we can simply print the definition now. So definition is equal to, so I'm gonna begin with a new line. So here you have the definition key, and adjacent you consider definitions. We have to use that key. Definitions of definition. Consider now we have printed the definition. Now what we can do is we can simply run this Python script now. So let's try to run this Python script now. Let me clear the screen and let me pull up the terminal so that you can see it better. And let me run this Python script. We can see that we got the key error. So let me fix that. So the key error definition is not found. Actually, this is definitions. We have to put the yes. So make sure you put the yes there. So let's try to run it again. You consider now we got the past of speech as well as the definition. You consider the past of speech is now perseverance is now, and we got the definition. Continuing in a course of action without regard to discouragement. So we got this meaning here. And if you want, you can also get the word from the user also. Instead of hard coding the word, what we can do is we can get the meaning directly from the user. So let me get the word from the user now. I'm going to use the input function. So enter the word to search the meaning for from the terminal, and let's try to run this one more time. So we can format this because you consider. So let me stop this because we can format this. What we can do is we can put a or semicolon and we can leave a space, and let's try to run this one more time. This time it should be neatly displayed. You consider here we have a space, and for the word I'm gonna type hope. We consider we got the definitions to be optimistic, and the past of speech is verb, and you consider to want something to happen, to be optimistic, to have confidence. We got all the definitions. That means we have multiple definitions for a single word. So yeah, this is it. This is how you build your own English grammar using Python to using the dictionary API, that is the free dictionary API. So this is for this video, and I will continue in the next one.